I'm joking. I'm not gonna cuss everyone out, I swear.
I'm just gonna cast silence on you if you do that.
Okay, and we are with the chat in Twitch. We are live on Kettle and Dice, and this is of Dice and Destiny.
Ooh.
Woo.
Indeed. So, with that being said, welcome. I am your host. Temporarily, I have muted someone that is sitting in the room with me because their microphone is picking me up as I speak to the audience, which surprisingly, we actually have some. And it's not just us in the audience. So, hello and welcome to all of our viewers. Welcome to the very first session 1 of the Of Dice and Destiny campaign. I am your DM. My name is Metal Kitty Online, and I will be hosting and presenting this merry band of adventurers through their journey in a strange new world. But to kick things off, we have a couple of announcements to make, i.e., who we all are, what we all do, what some of us do, because some of us have other channels that we're going to mention as well. And you're more than welcome to follow those along if you wish. And we will then be cracking on with the campaign. So, to begin with, we are going to start with one of the characters in the game, Jess.
Hello, I'm Jude, and I'm playing a character called Jess. Yeah. I take it you want a description as well. Sorry. She's basically a trainee psychologist, and yeah, she's really looking forward to seeing where this leads. Really.
Awesome. So, moving on from Jess, we then have another wonderful character. His name is Steve.
My name is Wesley, and well, I'm gonna portraying the character Steve, and he is a martial arts teacher, to be specific, jiu-jitsu and karate.
Okay, moving on from Steve, we then have our next character, which is Chris.
Hello. I'm Tom Golden, and I am going to be playing Chris, who is a farmer and animal handler at a local farm, and is the local uh GM for the group in game.
Excellent. Following Chris, we then have another rather strong willed woman in the party who goes by the name of Aspen.
Hello, I'm Jamie and I'm playing Aspen. She's a big buff lesbian and she's a security guard for like various venues around the place, wherever we'll hire her.
And finally, last but not least, let me introduce a manager of a farm, Aurora.
Hello, my name is Lou. I am going to be Aurora. She typically goes by Aura, and she has inherited the Miller Cattle Farm from her father and now runs the place.
Excellent. With the introductions to yourselves and your characters out the way, as you all know, me being the DM here, my name is Metal Kitty Online, William, as some people may know me, and I will be let's just say, probably messing up a few voices as we play this game. So, yes, I've got to get back into the routine of various different voices. My accents will slip, so please, as members of the audience, do make fun of me in the chat for it. I will fully appreciate it. And yes, if you want to give me any lessons on how to hold an accent, you're more than welcome to. So without further ado, we shall get into session 1 of Dice and Destiny. Three, two. And welcome, wonderful adventurers. At this moment in time, it has been 10 years since your previous game of Dice and Destiny. As you all went about your separate ways, finding various jobs, finding work after you finished what college or university you were all at, in this wonderful little country called England. As you have gone through the years, various stories, various tales, various events may have occurred in your lives that may have changed you somewhat from 10 years prior. But that being said, it was without doubt one of the most incredible acts of D&D, Dice and Destiny, that could ever have been made to happen. Your group's DM, Chris, managed to arrange a schedule where every single one of you was free for the full weekend to go camping up at the Lake District to finally finish your game of Dice and Destiny. It was a game that promised to be epic, a game that promised to have all the drama and all the twists and combat of fighting great ancient dragons and various kings, or trying to gather various objects and basically make a name for yourselves in the campaign and in the world that you were playing in. But it was with regret that 10 years had passed before you could all finally meet up at the Lake District camping in order to complete your game. You've been here in the Lake District with its pleasant scenery, its wonderful lakes and views, the trees, nature, birds calling at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, waking you all up. And it is currently day 2. It is the Saturday morning. As you are all waking up with the sun nice and bright, beating down, promising for a warm, dry, but beautiful day. As you get up and out from your tents, you see Chris, eager and ready. He's already setting up the table with all the various character sheets that he's managed to pull and save for 10 long years, getting the dice out, making a table for little dice trays, and really does look like it's going to be a very, very intricate setup for this game. But Chris, who I should correct myself, is they, them with their pronouns, so I apologise, Chris, is not the only one that's up early. We also have Steve, who seems to be busying himself as the camp's cook, getting breakfast ready. And it's that strange mix of freshly cooked smells that's wafting to your nose that you first notice, other than the fact that the air is very fresh. What are you doing?
Um, Aura will go up to Chris and kind of like softly punch their shoulder and just kind of need a hand, kind of just
Chris
looking
just kind
down.
of Chris would just kind of chuckle and then look at her and just like, are we really getting violent already? Just immediately after we wake up.
Hey, I've been waiting 10 years to play this barbarian. You gotta give me the opportunity to hit something.
And of course, that is delegated to me. Yeah, no, I am fine. I am almost like just in my element here. I'm just it's like this buzzing. Do you feel a buzzing? I feel a buzzing underneath my skin, and I'm ready, I think. And you just kind of see them just kind of shake their hand, just kind of looking across the table.
I wish you were this enthusiastic when it came to working with the cattle.
Hey, I am plenty enthusiastic when it comes to working with those cows.
Jess is going to slowly kind of crawl out of her tent, as she has a very kind of big tent. She doesn't like camping, so she has all the luxuries. And she's going to kind of set up her little mini stove, not talking. She's not a morning person, and like busy herself. Like she's got like one of the jet lighters, trying to light the stove so she can have a cup of tea, because she can't deal with people until she's had a cup of tea. So she's mumbling to herself and swearing that the thing's not lighting, and then you hear her go, "Oh, thank goodness!" when it finally lights. And she's just kind of like boiling water, which is like a bottle of mineral water she's brought with her, because the water has to be fresh. She's not going to trust any of the local springs or river water or anything like that. And she'll just look up and like slightly sniff the air because she can smell the food cooking, and she's pretty hungry. What's for breakfast?
Oh, we got some fresh eggs, some lightly toasted bread, something cozy to start out our campaign.
Mm, okay, just the one slice for me, please. I'm not that hungry, even though it smells really good. Is there anything else?
I've got some bacon. Mm.
Oh,
I've got
bacon.
I've been prepared and got various amounts of food, various amounts of um, things, to put on the eggs and such.
Bacon, egg. Maybe a bacon and egg sausage sandwich sounds really good right now.
Yeah, I do believe I packed some sausage. Let me check.
Oh,
As the smell of fresh bacon, fresh sausages, and eggs really begins to waft through this camp. Most of you have now sort of joined at the table. Jess with your cup of tea, Chris, well, still excited to get this game rolling, and one person has not yet emerged from their tent. Aspen, what are you doing?
I will stumble out of my tent around about now. Now that everything seems to be ready, and glasses on, hair's a mess. Just stumble out, almost fall at the table, just plop down and start grabbing stuff, just quietly.
Indeed.
Well,
And
good morning.
Winning.
as you all say your good mornings to each other after what can only be described for some of you as a glamping trip, for others of you, more of a, yeah, this takes me back. This is how it should be. Back to nature, back to like the lack of technologies other than your mobile phones, which for the most part you've all turned off because there's no real signal out here. But breakfast arrives, and upon the table is a very, very nice feast.
I should
Jess, is,
say, dig in, guys.
Jess will do exactly that and dig in.
Um, Aura will clap her hands together, mumble a quick little prayer, and then eat the food.
Awesome.
Chris will just dig straight in.
Jess is going to go for the mushrooms. She really likes mushrooms.
Chris would start with a hash brown.
But
Man,
yes,
Aura is going for meat on meat. Gotta get some carnivore in here.
I guess I should have made more bacon then, huh?
This bacon is really
She says,
good.
like, eating like 3 pieces of bacon in one mouthful. Nice bacon.
What bacon is this? It's so good.
It's just some pork belly I smoked, and took a while to get the right amount of smoke, the right amount of spices. But as you could taste, I finally got it.
It's so good. Mm.
Keep making food like this. I'll let you have a discount from some of our cattle.
I'll gladly keep that in mind.
with breakfast well underway, conversations being had, reminiscing about the old game that you left not too long ago. Well, I say that, but 10 years ago. The table is cleared of the various disposable and washable camping plates and things. The stove's neatly turned off and safely tucked away and packed back up. You turn your attention to Chris, who they are standing at the end of the long log table that you are camping around. You see Chris pull out his DM screen, one that he'd kept and preserved for 10 long years that they had been using, throughout the entirety of the campaign you played back then. Chris, would you like to describe your DM screen?
So the DM screen would have been it's been custom made and custom painted by someone that Chris knew probably back in high school. um so it may, because it was probably a high schooler's piece, it's probably not the best quality, but by God is it nostalgic. It's got plenty of dice. It's got small icons of like the characters, and it's them um with a big mountain and what looks like the opening of a cave on the other side of it. And it's a very picturesque scene in what looks like the style of a high schooler's GCSE art.
And a very beautiful piece of art it is from all those years ago. You all instantly recognize it, and you all instantly recognize the fact that Chris's face has suddenly changed in expression as you all look up at him. Chris, DM the final episode of your game of Dice and Destiny, and let that begin.
I hope you are all ready.
It took us
So
10 oh, sorry.
Absolutely ready. It's been 10 years. Can't wait.
Aura's making a dice tower with her dice.
okay. I don't know how much you guys will remember about it, but that doesn't matter because I'll give you the rundown. You guys should remember at least some things, I hope. You are all a ragtag group that has been hired by the local city. You are all a ragtag group that has been hired by the local city to find something that will bring peace back to the town because it has been overrun by rising crime rates and monster attacks, and no one has really known what's been going on until you've been tasked with this. And you have met someone along the way, not the person who hired you, but another person that they hired to basically help you along the way and basically be almost like a guide who had an initial idea for something that could help the city. And you were all, you were pretty expendable, but you have lasted and you have done well. And your benefactor, your guide throughout this whole thing, who is Madame Anya, has been guiding you and giving you clues to what is known as an artifact that is known as the Azure Crown, which is said to bring peace to any area where it is held on the highest spire in a city, or at a peak of a highest mountain in a piece of land. It is said to bring peace. It is said to bring balance. It is what the city needs. And you all have been searching for the Azure Crown for quite a number now. And you have landed yourselves at what seems to be the final place, the place where you are all sure is where this crown is. You have been wandering through this cavern that was in the middle of a mountain. You've been wandering through this cavern, through its what seemed to be endless rooms and spiraling corridors, and met plenty of goblins and rats and spiders and whatever else has been there. And you have eventually made your way through the last narrow spiraling corridor that at the end you can almost see a kind of blue glow of what you can only assume to be the crown. And as And as you have been journeying for so long, as you approach the brink of this final room, you step in, and almost before you even put the foot down, your benefactor stands in front of you and faces towards all of you. And as literally just before we broke the final session last time, she told all of you her plan to use the Azure Crown for herself, in a betrayal of complete self-centeredness that shook you before you could even step foot into that final room. And that is where we have all of you.
Aura kind of looks at the other players. She looks kind of nervous. It's been so long since she's actually played that she's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Jess is going to ask Chris if she can grapple the woman if she's close enough.
You're plenty close enough. You're all kind of in a group. You're plenty close enough. You're all kind of in a group, like just kind of in this mouth of this cave. And yeah, I want you to roll a strength check.
I would love to assist.
She'll roll. Bear with me.
Aura, sadly, because it is quite a narrow cave and you are all kind of grouped very much together, there is just enough. There's just not enough room for you to be able to fully just go in at the same time to be able to assist grappling.
That was a 3.
Ooh.
Damn it, my dice are still failing me, even 10 years later.
It always seems to happen. So that it's okay. So Anya, Madame Anya, she steps back when you try and grab her, and she almost stands up straight and waggles her finger and goes, "That is not the time. I have something to do." And she turns around and she walks through. And she starts walking into the room.
Question: do I have line of sight?
You do have line of sight. Yes.
I'm gonna try to cast Hold Person.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay, so I need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. For the purpose of this, D20s and just go with it.
Yeah, of course. And I got a 17. Does that beat your score?
That just fails. I'm sorry. She is held in the place.
Ah, okay. Okay. So she is held there. She is held there, and her head almost just snaps back. As far as it can go while she is being held.
As you describe this action occurring, you feel under your feet something stiffening, like the ground underneath, almost as if it's stiffening. Your feet, you can still move. You've got no issues there, Chris. You can still move about, but it feels as though the ground under your feet stiffened slightly. A little odd. But carry on.
as she kind of uh yeah, sorry. Yeah, she kind of as I assume that you're all making your way into the room as well at this point, with her being held.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So as you move in, there you notice in the room that there is no singular like point of importance in this room. And you notice that there is spiraling wood everywhere. And you notice that between these spirals of wood, there are multiple mirrors. There are mirrors, and you see about 5 crowns. And you can assume that as far as you go in, there will be more crowns. And as you and these crowns, they're not all the same thing either. You see crowns made that are glowing, you see them made of copper, they're made of wood, they're just flower crowns, and one made of kindling or thorns or antlers. There are so many different things, and you realize that as much as you know the history of this crown, of this artifact, how it was made by this old circle of mountain druids, you kind of realize that you never really knew what it looked like. And you kind of see as Madame Anya, as she is kind of realizing the same thing, but still has that scowl on her face at being held like she is.
Whoa, this is weird. Which we never got a description of the crown, did we?
Not that I remember.
Well, rather late than never, right?
Oh, there's so many of them. How do we know which one's which unless we check them all individually? And that could take a while.
I could try casting Identify if that's helpful.
Could work.
Or maybe locate object, that's also an option.
Don't you have to have seen an object to locate it?
Yeah, I think you have to be able to, you have to have seen the object before you can cast or use it.
As
Unfortunate.
as the scene unfolds before you, as you are playing the game of Dice and Destiny, you all feel a slight rumble under your feet.
Earthquake? Did anyone
This
else
is
feel that?
not in England.
Right? Yeah.
It's fault lines in England. There was like a big earthquake up north, like a few years ago
I'm thinking
in
landslide.
Dudley, wasn't it?
Landslide. Landslide would not be great. Are we close
Well,
to a hill by any chance?
I
You're
don't
in
think so.
you're in the
We're
Lake
in the-
District. It's
We're not
not.
close to any, really.
And then just as suddenly it stops.
earthquake. We get them in the UK. There's like even a geological society for it. It's common. I think they said we're overdue a big earthquake anyway. Did you
I
know
feel
there's
like
actually a fault line in London that's overdue for an earthquake and it could produce a magnitude 6 earthquake? And if that happens, the whole of London could be really, really screwed.
that's insane. And you have made me genuinely scared of earthquakes now, I fear. Oh.
It won't happen.
Okay. No, it's fine. We're fine. Everyone's okay?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
We all good to continue?
Yeah, let's get on with this.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you are all looking around at this room, and you notice, and you look down at Madame Anya, and Madame Anya is just like, if I could just be let through, I think I know which one is which. So I would very
Yeah,
much
well, if I
like.
could punch the light out of your eyes, I would, traitor.
I mean, you still can. She is held in place.
Who was the one who got you here? Hmm?
I don't trust her. She's already betrayed us. Yeah, why should we trust you?
What doesn't stop you from betraying us right then and there again?
This isn't about trust. I just think I know which one is which, and I want it. So
Aura's
Yeah, that's
barbarian cracks her knuckles as she walks towards Madame Anya. How about you just tell us which one it is? And maybe you'll keep all your teeth.
why would I do that? If
I
won't
you,
want
if
them.
I told you, if I told you which one it was, then you know, then you all could take it before me, and then if you know, if you killed me, then you all don't have a way out of here.
Oh,
question:
I
do you
never
value
said I
your
was
life?
going to kill you.
Or if you beat
Sorry.
me up until I can't speak, or until I can't do anything, then you all can't get out of here.
Question: do you value your life?
Oh, yes, I value my life importantly. Yes, it's the most important thing to me, at least. It should be to you as well.
Then Flower will pull out her crossbow and she'll aim it at Madame Anya and say, then you'll tell us which crown's which and I'll let you live. We can figure our own way out.
yeah. I got
Well,
teleport prepared. That won't be a problem.
well, like I said, if I die, then I can guarantee you won't have a way out. Because as far as I remember about this place, then the druids have a strictly no teleporting around the artifact rule that they put in place years ago. So I
Oh,
don't
that's
think you'll be
lame.
teleporting anywhere soon. And guess what? Or she doesn't clap her hands, but she says, "Guess what?" And then immediately after she says that, you see, just behind you, at the cave entrance, you actually see a sheaf of rock just slide down and block the path into the room. And you see it almost blend into the rock around it, so much that you can't see any kind of seam, and it seems like you're trapped in this room. I
As
guess there isn't a way out.
as the scene is described, you all jolt from your imaginative world of Dice and Destiny and the campaign that you are playing. You all turn as you hear a crack very loudly coming from a tree not too far from the camp as it falls over and hits the ground behind you all with almost perfect timing.
Jess will swear. See, this is why I don't like camping. If something happens to us out here, like a tree falls on us, there's no reception. How are we going to get out? No one's going to find us.
At least it's immersive.
I mean, yeah, I guess. That
Yes,
is.
immersive and risking our life in the wilderness where no one can find us with a tree potentially falling on us. So
At least,
obviously Jess is very unnerved by this.
at least it wasn't near any of our tents. Um,
Um, I
there
think
wasn't
we should.
any storm or anything planned for today, right? Because I checked the weather and everything. It's meant to be perfect.
As
It's
you
still
That's
sunny.
what I thought.
as you look up at the sky, there's not a cloud in sight. Sun is there, birds are singing and chirping away as normal. Nothing seems off, other than this random tree falling down.
Maybe it was just its time.
Um, I'll
Maybe.
take 2 seconds to quickly go check the roots of the tree. Uh, just for safety. Maybe it was rotting.
Mm.
I've completely forgotten my Mississippi accent. Um,
As you get up and walk over towards where the tree's fallen, you do notice that the inside of the tree was mostly rotten and hollowed to an extent. And judging by what you know as a survivalist, as it were, and having worked on your farm and probably having had to deal with this sort of thing multiple times, you quickly come to a conclusion that it was the tree's time and it just rotten through just enough that it was going to collapse.
Conclusion. We were just really unlucky. It definitely is a rotten tree, guys.
Or could you say that it was very lucky because I mean,
None of us
no,
got hit.
it was a bit unlucky because it could have been near one of us, but it was immersive.
I mean,
Well,
maybe the earthquake disturbed it and it just fell.
Maybe.
well, like I said, it at least brought us one hell of an immersion.
Okay. Everyone, take a drink. We're fine. We can get back to it. Okay.
Aura comes back and she's grabbed a cup of coffee and she's sat down now. All right, back to breaking skulls.
So, your reactions to your way out seemingly being closed.
So Flower is still threatening Madame Anya with the crossbow. And before she hadn't loaded it, and now this time it's loaded and pulled back, and she's got her finger on the trigger, ready to pull, and says, "You know what? The way out may be blocked, but we've got this far. We can find our way out without you. Now tell us which one is the crown."
I am just going to do something real quick. Um,
So she's trying to intimidate or threaten her, basically.
Could you roll me an intimidation check, please?
Okay, she picks up her lovely shiny dice and rolls it. That would be a 9.
I go behind and just crack my knuckles very menacingly behind
Oh,
as I have expertise in intimidation.
big dog privileges. No, sure,
Oh
go.
yeah.
Guys, instead of maybe threatening her, maybe I can try persuade her.
I
I've got
rolled
some.
a 26.
Never mind.
That'll do.
She's looking at you and you can tell that she's kind of you can tell that she has been as you all have been talking, she has been kind of her shoulders have been rising up a little bit, little by little. And you can tell that she has kind of been not bluffing, but she has been, talking off her own ass like a little bit at least. But her confidence is there, but it is also slightly waning. As she looks at you all, and she's like, "Okay, okay, no, I will tell you. I will tell you. As I swear, I will tell you, and I will stay right here as
Yeah.
soon as as I am let go, please."
All right, how about I make this deal? I'll hold you still and we'll take the magic off. Or we keep the magic on and I don't crush your ribs. Your choice. Aura is really getting into her barbarianness right now. She loves the violence.
Jess is going to turn around and say, "No tricks," and keep the aim on her.
So, do we all agree I let go of hold person?
Let me walk over and make sure she's grappled first.
Yeah, sure.
And I will do just that. And I'll do just that. Um, Misty is
Remember,
gonna
you can do this
grapple
with
her.
advantage because I have her pinned down.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I need to roll athletics? Because I also have expertise in that.
You roll me strength, not athletic. Please.
Just a plain strength or a strength save?
Strength. Plain.
With advantage, I got a nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'd
she's
like to
going
state
down.
that I'm actually rolling off of one of my player's character sheets that is a barbarian. So these are actual rolls that I'm going to send.
Yeah, I'm rolling actual rolls too, and they're not great. Let's get the bad rolls out of the way.
As
Um,
you roll your natural 20 to grapple this Anya within the game of Dice and Destiny, you suddenly feel slightly lighter aura as an image flashes before your eyes of you practically actually being there. You're there in front of this Anya, wrapping your arms around, grabbing her in that bear hug. And for a brief moment, whilst you're there, you see what appears to be an obsidian shaded dice in front of you, displaying that natural 20 that you achieved. And you snap out of it from that visual image that you just
I'm
had.
gonna say that Aura kind of like chokes on her coffee. And it's kind of like she like turns her face to the side and kind of like almost some of it falls out of her mouth because she like chokes really violently on it and is like catching her breath for a second. And but she like turns as to not like spit on the table or spit on anyone.
Chris would turn and be like, "Are you okay?"
You look like you've seen a ghost or something.
You all
Yeah,
right? I might have a
no,
first aid kit in my tent. Do you think you need something?
it's all right. I think I just had a mind blank or something. I'm fine.
Right, of course. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Are,
I'm definitely not freaking out
is
about.
anyone in the group spiritual in nature, in as a person?
I'd say
Aura's
Steve
very
is.
Christian. Like she's very, very religious. I would say I wouldn't know if that's spiritual.
But you say Steve is, yes?
Yeah. Yes.
On your character sheet, with your base stats as they are, roll me a religion check, please. This is a real
Alright.
roll for your character. The first real roll for your character of the game.
Let's say
Yay!
15.
15. It occurs to you that Lake District is one of those areas that, through various pagan routes and various acts of historical nature, where witches and pagans and druids and all those sorts of spiritual groups have often said there are strong ley lines that run through the area. And you recall this knowledge from one of your history lessons or research sessions from the last 10 years.
At this point, Chris is just writing stuff down in the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chris just looks up and just like, okay, no, this is fine. So she's grappled, and yeah, so she's grappled, and you notice I want um I want Steve. Can you give me just an Arcana check real quick?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. Let's say 18.
Okay, nice. So as you kind of are doing this, or as you see her being grappled, you just kind of tap into that kind of, magic that that you were thinking of using, and you actually notice that your whole person wasn't actually on Anya anymore. And it seems what you can glean from it is that if she wasn't grappled, then Anya had cast almost a silent spell of your magic, and seemed that she was literally about to dive away if she wasn't grappled and if she wasn't being actively threatened with a crossbow. Um, so yeah, that's just fun piece of information. And you uh yeah. Um she is grappled. Um so anything you guys are doing now?
I'll turn to her and say, point at the crown it is.
Well, here's the really funny thing.
Just do it.
I don't know exactly what it looks like.
You know what? I'm just gonna take a risk. I go up and grab a crown.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a d6.
6. That's a 6.
Nice. You pick up a crown that is basically it's basically a circlet with carved kindling all around, circling it. It's taller in some places, it's shorter in some places, but it seems to be some kind of kindling just surrounding it. Um, and you'd see, if you look at the circlet specifically, it seems to be some kind of blue. It is blue. It's some kind of more natural looking metal, because if they're it's definitely it's come from the mountain directly.
As
What do you do
you
with it?
as you pick up the crown in the game, your real self feels stronger, oddly, but not stronger in a sense of strength and muscle. Steve feels stronger in a sense of awareness of the nature around you. And as Steve becomes slightly attuned to the Lake District around where you are, you get an underlying hint that there is a very thin veil around where you're sat at this moment in time. You can almost see something shimmer as it's encircled around all of you. It's only a brief glimpse for a brief moment, and then it
Guys, did
fades.
you guys, did you see that as well, or is it just me?
See
I
what?
think you're hallucinating again, Steve. Clearly, obviously.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I might have taken some wrong mushrooms there.
what do you mean you've taken the wrong mushrooms? I thought you said you
Uh,
knew foraging.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
If you've got the wrong mushrooms, they could kill us.
They won't
Aura
kill.
looks surprisingly quite concerned at what Steve has said, given the fact that she also has experienced something where she saw something that wasn't necessarily there. Steve, what
Yeah,
exactly did you see?
I'm not quite sure. I just saw a glimpse of a veil of something that isn't supposed to be there.
Right.
But
Okay.
I only saw it for a second and then just disappeared.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
poof.
I think maybe we did eat some wacky mushrooms then, because something's up. Huh,
I
Yeah,
huh.
mean, I hope it's the wacky mushrooms because otherwise I'd recommend you get to your GP because you're both sounding like you're experiencing early symptoms of psychosis.
Well, that's lovely to hear. Thank you very much.
yeah. Thank you.
Well, I'm a psychologist. You're my friends. I'm concerned for your health if you're seeing things. Have you been under a
I'm
lot of stress at work lately?
I mean, we had a bad year with the cattle, but I wouldn't say I'm terribly stressed.
I've had some rough kids, but other than that, nothing stressful.
Have you been seeing any other strange things before today?
No,
No.
Well, keep an eye on it. If these things keep happening, then do please go to your GP once we get home.
She puts a hand on her heart and does like the girl guide sign. I swear to you, bless your soul.
Okay, as you put your hand to your heart, you do the Girl Guide sign, and you swear, bless their souls. At the mention of the word souls, all of you feel in your hearts a heaviness that you've never felt before. It's almost as though something inside is being pulled out, or at least that's what it feels like at first. It's only momentary. And before all of you, in the center of this table, you all begin to see at the same time what appears to be an obsidian dice. And it's rolling
Y-
in a spot, singular spot, just above the table.
You know what? I think I'm going to take your advice and go see a psychologist because I am definitely seeing things.
well,
I see.
I'm seeing it as well.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing things too.
See, guys,
Perhaps I'm
it's
stressed. It's the mushrooms. I thought
no,
you
it's not.
said. I thought you said you knew what mushrooms were safe to eat and what mushrooms
Yeah,
weren't.
and I
Hey,
did. I did
Chris,
my research.
is this like some special effect dice or something? I know you've been really excited for game.
This
Chris,
isn't one mine. No, I don't own any dice that look like that, I don't think. And
Okay,
um
well, that's my confidence out the window.
well, I'm just curious why it happened after you were doing all your little blessing of your Bible stuff. Is it the
Hey,
power of the Lord?
don't bring
Oh
God
God.
into this.
Oh my goodness. This
as
is it.
you
This is work stress. Work
as you
stress.
said, as you say, don't bring God into this. There is out of the blue a crack of lightning that strikes the obsidian dice exactly in the middle of the table. You all feel your hairs on the back of your arms and your neck stand on end for a split second as this bolt hits the obsidian dice. That veil, that ring that was encircling you that you saw a moment ago, Steve, suddenly becomes very, very clear. But not just to you, but to everyone this time, sitting around this log table. Chris, as you are standing there, your image of Anya that you've portrayed to the group is suddenly standing there in front of them all, where you're stood briefly for a moment. And it appears that Anya is holding up what could only be described as an azure crown, regal in its nature, with a ruby gem and an azure blue gem either side of this crown. You all visualize and see this for a moment, and you hear Anya's laughing cackle. And
Yeah.
with a flash of light blinding each and every one of you, she vanishes before you, and you are all seemingly unaware that you've fallen unconscious. Your characters now walking what appears to be through an endless black tunnel with a light at the end of it. But you are all together. What you don't realise is back in the Lake District, all of your gear, yourselves, your physical selves, are all being dragged through this black tunnel that you are now seeing yourselves in by what can only appear to be an obsidian dice with a natural 20 on its face.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this is definitely not the mushrooms.
We're dead, aren't we? We're dead. The lightning strikes killed us. Or we're in a coma and we're sharing some kind of mass hallucination. I have
Hey, who
patience
knows?
next week to see.
Who knows? Maybe none of us are actually real, and this is a hallucination that we're all seeing separately.
Then
That wasn't
why are
helpful.
we here
I
together?
apologize.
No, that was not helpful at all.
Before a few minutes pass, and you find yourselves now each in an individual path, heading towards that same light at the end of the tunnel. It is not long before you all, having faded from each other's view briefly, start making your way along this tunnel. And we start with the journey that Chris is taking. Chris,
Yes.
as your character is walking along, what is it in your heart that Chris holds dearest to him, to themselves? What is it that you hold dearest as a character?
The thing that they would hold dearest to themselves would probably be their confidence in their surroundings, like the nature that surrounds them, the animals that surround them, the confidence that they have in themselves. And it's something that they very much hold dear to them. Like they would be afraid that, like, they would be terrified if they are in a situation which they cannot, like, bluff themselves out of, basically. But it's confidence. It's the fact that they know things around them. It's the fact that that they very much hold their confidence in the farm and in specifically, like, the animals and stuff. That's what they want to keep protected.
As you are walking this journey through this tunnel, surrounding you is the imagery of nature. Trees, you see birds flying in front of you, behind you, and occasionally a snake wrapping itself and unfurling itself from the branches of a tree that's overhanging. The path becomes very much like that of a forest rather than a black tunnel with light at the end of it. And as you're walking, you hear from behind you a voice which calls out, and it simply says, Chris, nature can be a very, very potent ally. It can also be your enemy. What do you want from Mother Earth? And with no answer from yourself as you continue to walk, the question is repeated. What do you want from Mother Earth?
Safety and strength to keep others safe. Thank you. I
If that is what you desire, I am more than happy to provide. But I need you to make a promise.
Yeah.
You'll only ever use it as a force of good. The powers that you will discover. Can you promise that? Can you,
Chris takes a breath and just nods. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
you come from a world of science where your kind has forsaken nature. Now let nature teach you how to come back to it once more. And as this is finished, there is a forceful gust of wind that comes up behind you and it blows you forward. You fall out forwards, maybe 10, 15-foot drop, and you look around. You're in a forest, not too dissimilar from the Lake District. There's even a fallen tree trunk just ahead of you, and a log table in front of you. Your gear, your camping gear, seems to have been neatly packed, and you're stood right in front of it. But there's no sign of the others yet. Jess,
Yes.
as you are in this vivid dream state that you're in, walking down this path, down this tunnel, looking at the light, you see what appears to be various shadows drifting side to side, in front, behind, and occasionally forming small shapes. You hear whispers in the dark, whispers on the wind as it blows and howls, grating horribly in your ears. You hear what sounds to be relatively silent footsteps behind you, and you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Just turns around with a start.
Where you're headed. Sometimes you need to be sneaky. Can you do that? Can you be silent?
I mean, I have an oath of confidentiality to my patients, so yes.
Ooh, a woman with an oath of silence, nonetheless. And pray tell, these patients of yours, are they ones that you've assassinated?
Oh, kind of a question is that?
Oh, seems like you've got a lot to learn. Well, where you're going, nothing like where you've just come from. And you feel a stab in the back of your neck.
She swears and cries in pain.
You fall unconscious, and then moments later, you open your eyes and you are laying flat on your back in an area not too dissimilar from where you've come from, in the Lake District. Only you're flat on your back, your camping gear's all neatly packed. And Chris, you turn around and you see Jess. As you blink, she comes into focus. Your brain doesn't register it, but it seems as though Jess has always been there.
What the heck? What kind of mushrooms did Steve serve us?
Steve, you're the next mentioned name. You're the next one through your tunnel and path. You're a martial artist. You are trying to keep your mental discipline as you walk through this tunnel. You're trying to keep a balanced mind, keep focus. But there are various obstacles challenging your way. Some things that you seem like you need to jump over, some things that seem to need to be cut through or punched through accordingly. But none of it prepares you for what appears to be a twisted samurai at the end of this tunnel waiting for you, with a sword drawn. Sword itself black and red with a glow of flame, like something that you've only ever seen in anime movies and things like that before.
What kind of anime bullshit is going on here?
There's a grunt. You don't believe that you have the capacity for magic. Even
Magic.
though your chi is flowing steady and strong.
Well, I've only read about magic and I've known about chi through my studies, but that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be possible to be real.
Indeed, it is. You'll learn balance, mental balance, physical balance, and spiritual balance. Because if you don't, my blade will rip you apart.
I rather not.
He swings his sword towards you, and you swear it hits your arm and cuts through. As you fall unconscious with a searing pain in your arm, and you wake about 10 foot away from Chris and Jess. Your arm still burns, but there's no marks. Just
This
feels
shit burns.
heavy.
Jess is going to turn angrily to Steve and be like, "These mushrooms? What the heck? What mushrooms did you give us? This, we're either dead, hallucinating, or something, and we're in the middle of nowhere. No one's going to find us. No one can get us to the hospital. This is your fault. You should have been sure what mushrooms you were picking."
It's always easy to blame me, isn't it? I did my research. I prepared everything that I had to. How the fuck do you explain?
Language.
Uh, sorry. How the hell do you explain something that's? I just saw some guy talked about magic and stuff, and he just slashed at me. How
And
how can you explain that in mushrooms?
some weird shadow just trying to stab me in the back of the neck. I don't
Exact.
know. This is beyond anything. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with people with schizophrenia, psychosis, people that
Mm.
experience these kind of hallucinations. It's the only thing, the only logical thing that I can think of right now. I don't know. I
Well, what if logic is out of the window right now? Like, we all saw what we saw, and this guy kept talking about magic, the potential with chi flowing through me. You can't
this
hallucinate that.
shadow told me about an oath of silence. I don't know. I can't explain. And Jess will start crying.
As you start crying, we will switch to Aspen. Aspen, you are currently in a dark tunnel, walking towards whatever this light is. Thoughts running through your head, whatever they may be. After about 10 steps or so, you begin to feel a heavy weight pressing down on your shoulders. And with each step you take, it seems to get heavier. But people in front of roughly similar size and build as you, and people behind carrying this long, heavy column. The weight begins to crush down on your shoulder as it materializes and becomes real as you continue to carry and step forwards. What are you doing?
Um, ugh. I mean, I guess just trying to carry it and not struggle underneath it. I'm not. Is there. I mean, I'm guessing it doesn't seem like there's a reason for me to be carrying it, so I'm just doing it. yeah, I guess I'm like copying everyone else, and I don't want to like let the team down. I guess if everyone else is also carrying it, so I want
Mm.
to put in as much effort as I can.
You push back on the column, realizing that you are working as part of a team. The load does feel like it's gotten a little lighter. And you hear a voice. You've always been strong, you've always been reliable, and you've always been honest. With that, you have bottled a lot of anger, a lot of strength. Let's hope you can continue to control it where you are going. And you take one more step. The weight lifts off your shoulder. You feel suddenly a lot lighter. And as you take that final step, you step out onto a lush green little field with a log table, similar to where you've come from, but there are differences. And you see the others standing there, having a relatively strong argument about mushrooms.
Chris is
Yeah.
actually kind of has been silent for all of this and is actually just looking around the area,
Okay.
slowly moving about.
Yeah, I'll go over to keep an eye on this argument and make sure no one's getting too angry. Um, yeah, I'm gonna watch them, make sure no one's like no slap fights, no like nothing too heated. I don't want to get involved with the argument, but I also don't want anyone to do anything like irreparable or something. So I'm just gonna observe,
Okay.
referee.
Okay, fair enough. And last but not least, Aura. As you are walking through your tunnel, split from the others, you see a fox. You see a chicken coop not too far from the fox. You see it stalking, the way you've seen it stalking on your farm. In fact, this fox looks very, very familiar to you. It turns,
Do
it look.
I? Ooh,
Sorry, go on.
do I have a weapon on me?
No, not at this time. It's just you.
She like cusses under her breath as she like pats her like dungarees down, being like, "Damn it!"
Fox turns and looks at you. Can't chase me away this time. As it begins to run towards the chicken coop.
Wait a goddamn minute! That fox just talked.
I've always been
You're
speaking to you.
what? What? Okay. Okay, Chris, this isn't funny. I don't know what type of escape room crap you have built up for this this Dice and Destiny campaign, but this is not funny, okay? Yeah, we need to stop this right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my mind.
My name's not Chris.
She clasps her hands together and just starts praying,
God won't help you here.
saying,
Oh, actually, God might help you where you're going, but not the God you think. And he gives you a wink, snatches one of the chickens out of the coop, and disappears out of sight. You hear the fox's voice. Keep praying. Maybe one of the many gods here will answer you.
"There's only one true God above us in the heavens.
You tell that to the Pantheon, and there is a tap, tap, tap of the fox's claws on his paws, tapping something solid like marble. And then after the third tap, you wake up sitting in front of this group whilst they've all got their back to you at the moment. To everyone else, it just appears that you've always been there. They just didn't see you at first because they were too focused on the others in the group. But you've all appeared with all your kit somehow neatly packed away and ready to go on an adventure.
Does Aura see Chris?
You see them all.
Aura is gonna storm up to Chris.
Chris
I
is
don't
just kind of
know.
looking around the area.
I don't know what kind of escape room crap you set up for this Dice and Destiny campaign, but it stops. Yeah, we're not doing this. This is not cool.
With
Chris is just shaking their head a bit. She's like, "This is not me. I do not have the technical know-how for this."
Jess has just crumpled to the floor crying and like muttering to herself about how she must be losing her mind, work stress, and all sorts of diagnosing herself with all sorts of things.
It's so real.
Aura, seeing that someone is freaking out more than she is gonna slowly walk up next to her and like crouch down. Hey, I promise you're not going crazy. We're all experiencing it. We cannot all be crazy, and it can't be the mushrooms before you say that again. I didn't eat any of the mushrooms.
I don't even. I just want to go home.
I know. We're gonna go home. I've got cattle to look after and my dad, who's all but an old man. We will
Uh,
get home.
did anyone bring any alcohol?
Nope, that's not what we're gonna do now. That's so not what we're gonna do now.
I just need something very, very strong right now.
Nope.
Okay. As you're talking with Aura, Chris, you've been taking a look around at the surroundings. I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Yes. 13.
On a 13, things appear to be relatively stable, relatively normal, or as normal as it could seem to be in a surreal environment right now, at least to your senses. There's definitely something off. You can't work out what it is, whether it's the shade or the colour of the grass or a difference in the trees that are around you. I mean, for one, the leaves don't appear to be in the full green colour that they were up at the Lake District. They seem to be more yellowy brown, as though autumn is setting in. That's the first thing you notice. The second thing that you notice is the sun appears to be setting. You were pretty certain it was only about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning when you started your game. You'd only been playing for about an hour. Sun should still be rising.
Chris kind of looks at everything going on and taking all of it in, and kind of turns back to everyone else and is just like, I have a new theory. And they put their hands together and they're just like, we have time traveled.
There's no such thing, and it's pretty much scientifically impossible. Tell
Then
you what,
why
why
can
don't I
I?
put the kettle on? Who wants a cup of tea?
And
Cup of
they
tea?
have their hand up almost in the kind of nerd pose as if they're about to say something, and then just like, actually, yes, I would like a cup of tea. Uh, I it's time travel. It's time travel.
I
And they're just
mean,
kind of nodding to themselves.
Jess is going to unpack like the camping stove, the tea bags, the little kind of like, the little cartons of like UHT milk you get in hotel rooms. She's got loads of those with her. And she's going to kind of get all the kind of plastic camping cups because she's bought one for everyone. And she's going to kind of set up a little area and be like, tea, my mum, rest her soul, always said, cup of tea solves everything. So we'll sit down, have a cup of tea, and figure this out.
Okay, you happily start boiling some of the water, enough water to make everyone a cup of tea in the group. And as you're setting up the stove and pouring the tea, you all hear coming up a path not too far from where you are currently the the rattling of wooden wheels of a wagon and the sounds of hooves trotting along, pulling it.
Aura's gonna quickly grab her foraging knife and just kind of get closer to the sound slowly so that everyone is behind her.
Okay. Are you trying to do it
Chris is
quietly?
gonna be
Yes, for sure.
Okay, roll me a blank stealth check. So it'll just be your d20 plus any stealth modifiers your current character might have.
Woo. Alrighty. I'm dyslexic. Stealth. Oh, that's not a great bonus. Um, did I roll? Oh. I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Why are you
You
privately rolling?
Pardon?
it's fine.
You're privately rolling.
I'm private rolling?
Yes, it's fine. I
yeah.
can still see it.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
I don't know how to fix that.
On a 10, you get over there relatively quietly, or at least you think you do. But after about a minute, you hear the voice of someone in the cart. Whoa there, whoa there. Language sounds like English, feels like English. You understand it like English, but it has a weird dialect or tone to it.
British people have the weirdest accents.
Oi.
And
I'm channeling
you
my American.
And Chris would give a soft punch to her shoulder like she did in the first second.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like Welsh.
you pray tell,
Yes.
Me?
pray
Oh no.
pray tell. Do you know the way to Ironstead?
Arnstead?
I am not from the UK. I have
Mate, we
no
like
idea.
I think closest town is probably Prestwick. Like,
I don't know geography.
is there an event going on nearby or something? Because we had this area booked. Like,
Maybe it's one of those LARPs. They're
yeah,
quite
that's what I'm
popular now.
thinking.
Mm.
Yeah. What clothing are these people wearing? Because I'm assuming that I'm looking at them now.
You
Now
are
that I
looking
have
at them
begun
in.
conversation.
You are looking at them indeed, and the clothes that they are wearing seem to be like that of a farmer who is trading their corn or wheat or other goods. It's medievalish in its style. So you're looking like canvas hemp clothing, rough, ready, durable clothing. Covers him up, and it's almost like one of those, almost like a Tudor tunic that the common in a common individual would have worn.
Those clothings is definitely a LARP. Hello, fine fellow.
Yeah, yes,
Oh,
madam, madam.
unfortunately, we're not part of this LARP. Sorry to break the immersion. But we hadn't paid for any tickets, and I don't think it'd be right for us to, uh, ram our way in. I
LARP?
don't know.
I
Mm,
know not what this word is. It's
okay, I
strange.
I know. No, I understand that you're trying to keep that immersion. Yeah, but I'm a normal person with
And so am I, ma'am.
normality.
So am I. Do you
Okay.
know the way to Ironstead? That's all I ask.
Yes, Ironstead sounds like a fake town.
We don't.
As far as I'm aware,
As
there's
my friend
there's
has said, Prestwick is close.
Prestwick.
Prestwick. There is no such town in these lands known as Prestwick.
I mean, Windermere's
I'm
that way.
I'm gonna lose my marbles, and she just starts walking away from this gentleman.
You
She's
hear
so
you hear him crack his whip to get his horse moving again as he says rather loudly, I swear, people these days wearing weird, strange, fanatical clothing. God knows
Aura
what's
looks
going
at
on.
this man.
Did he really just say we look weird?
Is that
Yeah.
a slight at my outfit?
I mean,
Always look weird, Steve. But
uh,
anyway, yeah, I think it was Aura. I think it was being so rude to you.
I mean,
And you
look
can
at
tell
me.
that Chris is egging you on, but also like it's just trying to make light of the situation.
I mean, look at me. I dress alternative anyway. I've been called weird a million times before. What? Just because I like to wear band t-shirts and slash jeans? Still a regular human. Maybe he was referring to me.
As you
Man,
look
I'm gonna
down,
steal that man's horse.
Jess, as you look down at the t shirt that you are currently wearing, emblazoned on it was, from what you recall, Iron Maiden. One of your favourite metal bands, one of your favourite metal gigs. It's one of your tour t shirts, one of the most special ones that you've ever been on. But as you look down, the lettering on your top seems foreign. No longer reads in English. And it takes a moment.
What the heck? I was wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt. What? I don't even know what this says.
Okay, I've worked it out. I have figured out what is going on.
Okay,
So,
someone has.
not time travel?
Satan has
No,
intercepted our thoughts,
Uh,
and we are going to hell. We have done
no,
something wrong,
time
and
travel
we must
still
bless
works.
ourselves with the light of God, because I am not going to hell.
I feel like time travel still works in this situation.
I feel
Yeah,
like
Travel
time
doesn't
travel.
exist.
I'm gonna have to agree with the whole time travel shtick.
Question:
Yeah.
how many of you brought your phones with you?
Me.
I think we all did.
I think we all
Mm.
did.
Mm.
Tetris break in the middle of D&D.
Snake.
Bit Snake, bit Tetris, maybe a bit of Asphalt 4.
Yeah, I'd rather just listen to
Clash
a
of
podcast,
Clans
you know.
I'm a Candy Crush
Simon's Pack
girly, cannot
Lunch time.
lie.
Steve, you notice that your alarm on your phone is now going off.
What the? When did I set an alarm?
Did you forget to put off your alarm from like last
This
week or
morning?
something? Like, is this your waking up alarm? Because I gotta say, that is really late to be waking up, mate.
I'm usually right awake. I'm actually, at this point, I should be teaching people, or kids rather.
Mm. The time on it says 11 a.m. Well,
Yep, I check the alarm. What it says.
you notice there is no signal whatsoever as you turn off the alarm.
Guys, slight problem.
Which
More
is
than the one we already have? Fabulous.
Yeah, we have no signal at all.
I mean, we
we
are in
What?
the middle of the Lake District. It's
we
not like
barely had
there's.
any signal before, I guess.
No,
Yeah, but we
like,
should at least have one bar. The Lake
yeah,
District. There are telephone lines close.
yeah, we have.
First
I
to
have.
take out their own phone and check.
Look, a town near I work. It's a little town. I never have signal on my work phone. And
Yes,
that's a big town. It's probable that we don't have signal. I haven't had signal since we got here. But then my network's rubbish, so
Like 3
you
bars when I came in, and she'll check her phone as well.
you all notice the same thing. No one has any signal.
See what I mean?
Yep, nope, seeing it, and very unhappy about it.
Dead zone.
GPS should still work
Glorious.
even without a signal. Try GPS.
Google Maps.
Well, not Google Maps. That's not going to work. We don't have a signal for data.
I've got GPS on my phone. That works without data. I'll try and bring up the GPS.
As you
You learn a
open up
new thing every day.
as you open up the map to bring up and use GPS, there's nothing. No response. The app's not working. You're lost. For once, no. There's not even a GPS signal.
Huh. So GPS works with satellites no matter where you are, because obviously it's a safety thing. Well, we have no GPS signal either.
Well, that's just great.
We're lost. Lost. There was GPS signal to get here. Oh well, there, wherever there, here, where there, where we were before we were here. I don't know.
New theory. New theory. The sun did one of those weird electromagnetic things, and that's why everything's acting weird.
A solar flare?
Yes.
That's a good theory. We are in solar maximum.
Right. Okay. That means we shouldn't panic because um the government will fix things. Yeah. Wow, I'm putting my faith in the government. That's a first.
I don't
Chris,
think we are that
Ooh.
desperate yet.
You
Chris
Mm.
turns to the guy
Ooh.
on the guy in the cart and she's like, "Hey man, like where are you from?" Like,
he stops. He's a little way up the road, so you've shouted quite loudly.
yeah.
And He simply turns around and says, "Oh, I'm from Chesterton."
Chester.
Chester.
Okay.
Chester.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Where is it exactly?
Chesterton.
Chester.
It's
Chester.
it's about 20 miles east of here.
Okay. Okay, sure.
I mean, if we gonna find out something, that we might as well get to a town, get some civilization going. You know.
Chester is not 20 miles away.
No, Chester's further
Maybe
than
maybe
that.
they meant like 20 minutes? I mean, 20 minutes
No, Chester's
is a
about
bit
100
close.
miles away. It takes like almost 2 hours to get here from Chester. Like,
Okay, well,
Um,
2 hours,
it's
20 minutes?
Chester's further
Comparable.
north, isn't it? Or is it further south?
You
Further
realise
north.
he's been coming back towards you slowly, as horses generally don't push carts and wagons backwards, but as he slowly approaches you all, not Chester, never heard of a Chester. Chesterton. Do you seriously not know of Chesterton or Ironstead?
We have no idea, to be
No,
frank.
I'm from London.
Sir, I'm from Mississippi. Do you know of the USA? America? The land of the free?
Yeah, sure.
Chris just fully just cackles.
No. Chesterton is east of here.
Right, so
London,
over yonder.
I've never heard of London, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, LARPing. Londinium. Have you heard of Londinium? She thinks, oh yeah, he's LARPing, so he'll know like the Roman name for
If you
London.
are talking of the Dominion city of Ludinen, I've heard of Ludinen, but that is one of the big cities up north,
Well,
way
yeah,
north.
London is a bit.
Okay, we're getting somewhere here.
North?
Fabulous.
I think he needs to get his geography straight. Like,
mm, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
London's
gonna
south.
a glass of
way
tea.
south.
A cup of tea sounds nice. That's the most British thing I'll ever say. A cup of tea.
I'll
And she's
pass
gonna
the
go
tea
walk
over.
over to the tea.
Wait. You said British? What's British? And tea? Now that comes from. Well, we only get tea here from when it's imported from one of the other continents.
You know
You
what?
must be far travelers. You must be
Even
traveling.
newer theory.
Well, if they have tea here, at least things are looking up.
Even newer theory.
It's
I've
definitely
just hit my
central.
head real hard, and I need a nap.
No,
A
it's
nap will
central.
fix everything.
Guarantee you
I
it's
mean,
high.
I can help with that if you want me to.
Well, it is getting late, and I do need to make it to Ironstead by nightfall, and I'm afraid I'm probably going to miss the gates and might have to camp outside. But you lot seem extremely lost. Not to mention, your clothing is very strange.
What's so strange about a tank top?
What? Top?
What's so strange about a band t-shirt and rips jeans?
What are jeans?
I don't
Oh
even
my
know
god.
what's wrong with my outfit.
Jeans are, and she kind of points down at her black jeans that are like ripped and they've kind of got lace underneath. They're made of a material called denim. Yeah.
Well, I have a friend who, if you make your way to Ironstead, can mend the rips in those jeans, as you call them, but might be a bit of patchwork.
Uh,
Anyway,
it's
I'm going to head off, but I think you might best make your way to town in the morning, and well, I'll tell the guards there to look out for you and to make sure that you're comfortable on arrival.
sorry. What's your name?
Ah, how rude of me not to introduce myself. I am Gaston.
Sounds French.
Gaston.
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 French.
Are you from France?
No, he's
No,
from Chester. We said this.
I am from Chesterton.
Oh yes, Chesterton. Of course, the LARP thing.
So,
I do not know what you mean by this LARP. You are really beginning to frustrate me, and I have the market to attend in the morning to sell my wares. I have corn, fresh corn, that needs to be arriving at the city shortly. I bid you a good day, and I hope that you travel safely. And he steps back up onto the front of the wagon and sets off with his horse, once more pulling his wares behind him. This time he doesn't turn back.
Once he's out of earshot, I'm going to turn around to the group and go, "What a weird chap. He's really, really into his character, isn't he?"
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Had
little
half a
bit.
mind to be like, hey, can we get on your wagon as well? I want to see what they're all doing.
Hey, at least he has dedication to his role, am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, fair
Mm.
play.
So he did mention this Chesterton was west,
East.
East.
east, right.
I generally think he's just talking about Chester, not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
well, I think that's going to be our best option, to get to town.
Or is it? I mean, I feel like he said Ironstead was close, right?
Yeah, and he's going to speak to
But
some
obviously,
guards
do
to.
we want to go see the main LARP area?
I mean, we might get some answers, and laughers are pretty friendly from what I get, well, from what I gather. Hey, we might see one of my mates. Dave, he might be there. He likes
Oh
laughing.
yeah.
Huh. So,
I don't know. My friends, I haven't heard of this. I haven't heard of this one. And I don't think this is Empires. So
so I suppose we go to Ironstead?
Yeah, why not? It might be the name of the LARPing event. I've not heard of it, but might
Yeah,
be able
neither
to
have I.
get some. At least might be able to get a phone signal.
Well, he said it was a main city, so I suppose that's our best option?
Mm. But with that, the moon has risen. You can see it in the sky, almost perfectly round. It appears to be a full moon tonight, except there's an oddity to it as you're looking. Stars have come out and it's a clear night. The oddity is a red hue that sits just behind it. Stars, as you're looking up, roll me a survival check as a group, please. As you begin to unpack your tents, brightly coloured as they are, and set camp here where you are for the night as the night draws in.
I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Alrighty, let's see what my proficiency gets me. Um, I don't know how to stop this so that it's not hiding it from everyone else. But I
Sent
got a
you a
23.
screenshot.
You got a what? Sorry, 3.
A 23.
Oh, 23. Okay.
I sent you a
Yeah, a little different.
Aspen.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 19.
So, for those that rolled 15 or above, as you're unpacking and prepping and getting yourself ready for a night's sleep, you look up at the stars and you realize there's no Big Dipper. For the time of year that it is, you can't see anything that you recognize in the stars. You can't see the Polaris, can't see the Big Dipper, can't see any number of other constellations. You even all look for Orion. It's not there. And as you begin to bed down for the evening, that is where session 1 will come to a close. Back. So, to everyone that is in the audience, thank you for watching. We're going to have a bit of a quick chat at the end of the session and a bit of a wind down. So, stick around if you want the little extras. And hopefully, we can get the current thoughts of our characters very quickly. So, let's start in the order that I see them on the stream with Lou's character, Aura.
That's the first time I'm going first this entire session. Didn't expect that. Aura's just kind of fed up. She has told these people that she's not here for the LARP, that she's not interested in that crap, and that she just wants to know where she is and how to get home. And
Okay.
obviously these people don't know it's a LARP, but she's like, mm.
Okay, Chris, you're next. How's your character currently feeling about what's going on?
kind of not really, nothing's really sunk in with Chris at the moment. Like they're just kind of having fun with it, and they're very much just like the I'm gonna make light of this situation, I'm gonna crack jokes, I'm gonna just be a bit silly, um so I don't have to worry about the actual meaning of everything.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, we'll roll with that for now. Next up is Jess.
Jess is very, she's going through a range of emotions. She's trying to rationalize everything. Obviously, she's putting her psychology training. She thinks going through everything from hallucinations, the mushrooms, trying to kind of rationalize everything that's happening, even though I think deep down she realizes that this is actually real, but she doesn't want to think it's real. She's still thinking, no, this is it. This is work stress. This is something else that's going on. Trying to explain it, but she can't. So she's doing everything, and then resorting to a cup of tea because, going back to her mum saying, when you have a bad time, have a cup of tea. It's a good time to kind of chill, assess things, and that's what she's currently
Cool.
doing now, going through all those
Awesome.
emotions.
Awesome. Moving on, how is Aspen feeling right now?
I think she's probably still a little bit stuck on the whole time travel explanation. I feel like that makes the most sense in her head at the moment.
Chris.
Fair enough.
I just feel like that makes sense. Everything's broken. That stuff didn't exist back then, and old towny names and stuff. So
Okay. And last but not least, Steve. How does your character feel right now?
Well, he's trying to make sense of the situation, try to plan a way forward, but deep down he is freaking the heck out.
Fair
he, he, is,
enough.
he, he might just be easier at hiding it.
Fair enough. Well, with that being said, we've got a couple of quick announcements to make. So, first of all, slightly off schedule, but I believe that there is another game that is being hosted this weekend by one of our lovely crew on another channel. Lou, if you would like to introduce that.
Hello, right. The campaign that he is talking about is Quartus Lapis. It is my D&D. Oh no, it's not a D&D campaign actually. It's a TTRPG campaign
Mhm.
from a system I have created myself. Um that is www.twitch.tv/Quartus Lapis.
And
And I just put it on and I was hearing the campaign and I was like, wait a second, that's disorientated me. And it's based in the world of Tevat for Genshin Impact.
excellent. And yes, I am a player in that game, and my character is Mori. I'm having a lot of fun with the new TTRPG system to the point where I've actually decided to completely build our own web-based character sheets for it for
Which
this,
is so dope.
which is a brand new system that we are currently playtesting. And who knows, with a successful playtest, we might have Blood Bond available as a game that we play on our channel in the future. So, with that being said, we have yet another game that is being recorded for podcasts. We record roughly every other Monday, but occasionally we have to delay things because this is a group of sailors who happen to, or at least half a group of sailors who happen to be away on cruises fairly often. They work with cruise ships and things, and they really, really, really enjoy the game. Our DM for that, you're going to have to forgive me, but I have forgotten their name, and we will get our resident Jamie here to introduce roll for imagination.
Yeah, so I co-run, I guess, a podcast with two other people, and then we have everyone else who's our lovely crew. Half of our crew, as William said, work on cruise ships or do touring stuff, so no one's ever here, but we haven't posted in a while because that's when everyone started going on cruise ships, and we stopped playing for a bit, and then we lost audio because people Roll for imagination is really fun, and
I was just going to say, speaking of losing audio, we lost you for a moment there.
hotel Wi-Fi is not great. I paid for better Wi-Fi and it's not better, so I'm so sorry. But yeah, we run that. It will be back up soon, hopefully. But we're missing audio, so I need to wait for one of the people to come back off a cruise ship to give me their audio. But at some point, hopefully, it's great.
Where can they check out the current published episodes?
So we are Roll for Imagination on Spotify and YouTube, and I think we're also on Apple, Amazon, and Google potentially. They're all automated, so I'm not 100% sure. But I think they're linked in some way, so I think they do all upload everywhere that there's podcasts. They should be there under Roll for Imagination.
Awesome. And with that, it's goodbye from me, your host and DM, as these wonderful adventurers, normal human beings, explore this strange new world in our wonderful campaign that we have named of Dice and Destiny. Hope you enjoyed session 1. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from the team.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.